see Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the #2 pick in 2017.
We've seen a lot of ups and downs in the young career of Mitchell Trubisky. 3 years with the Chicago Bears, and he's a young quarterback still learning on the job. But what numbers do you trust with him? 8-7, 15 starts last year, but he was 11-3 the year before. The Bears offense, though, in 2019, just 25th in passing and 29th overall. They're looking for Mitchell Trubisky to elevate his game and bring the Bears along with him.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
On the keeper.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Trubisky. Sliding up. Now Trubisky lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the #6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at #6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket. But when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it. And he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
14-yard line.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Barkley on the carry. He was brought down at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 from the 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants.
To Sterling Shepard.
10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Well, the Bears offense here going back to work. 2019, not what they were hoping for in the Windy City. An 8-8 finish, 3rd best in the NFC North. Charles, what do you see from the Bears in 2020?
I see a team that has a chance to get back into playoff contention, and we have to start the quarterback position. I know people get bored with that, But that's what it comes down to for the Bears. Remember, they acquired Nick Foles in the offseason to compete with Mitchell Trubisky. My spies tell me that Trubisky's doing quite well so far in training camp. They need him to seize that position because this was an offense that was just 29th in the league last year. They were much better than that the year before when they made the playoffs. And how about that defense, partner? I think it still scares people.
Yeah, any defense, Charles, with Khalil Mack, that'll scare the heck out of you. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I would think that by now people are done underestimating Tariq Cohen because of his stature when they see him at about 5'6", 5'7". But he can do it all. He can run inside, run to the perimeter, but he also catches the ball really well out of the backfield. And he had more receptions than carries last season. He kind of looks like Darren Sproles, who's been his inspiration as an NFL player. In 2018, Tariq Cohen was a Pro Bowler as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Still had 98 catches and over 1,000.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his 1st half of action. He may try and run for this. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
On 1st down, Trubisky rolling to his right. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
22-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. It's caught. It's Miller. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. That is hauled in by Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Bears. Jimmy Graham there to make the grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Well, the Giants offense heading back out there. 2020, really a new start in New York. Joe Judge hired as the head coach, but he takes over for a squad that was 5-11 last year. And if you go back the last 4 years, they're 12-36. And, Charles, that's the worst mark in the NFL over that stretch.
You're starting to sound as gloomy as I normally sound, partner. I'm rubbing off on you in the wrong way, so let's look at some things in their favor. Second-year quarterback Daniel Jones. I thought he had a big second half of the season. He just has to hold on to the ball better in the pocket, and he'll have a chance to make some big plays downfield. Saquon Barkley, fully healthy again. Remember, he played with a bad ankle last year and still rushed for 1,000 yards. They are in a division where 9-7 won the title last year, so maybe they're not quite as far away as some people think.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
It's 10. Bears 7.
Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now it's Patterson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will make it into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Brings up
Eddie Goldman on the tackle, a huge man, hard to move out of the way. He's in his 6th year with the Bears out of Florida State.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
on the carry.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
They held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
3 yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career, and he didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there, and he wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control a game with his running.
And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Trubisky will throw. And Genn's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Complete.
Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky to throw. That is hauled in by Jimmy Graham. Touchdown Bears. Jimmy Graham, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Mitchell Trubisky is sacked.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
At the 5-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Montgomery, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Giants 10.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26 yards line.
Now comes the Chicago defense getting ready for the next possession. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
And there's a familiar sight. Khalil Mack putting a quarterback down in the backfield for another sack. I know he only had 8.5 sacks in 2019. So a lot of people wrote that off as, hey, what's going on with Khalil Mack? You do realize he's getting doubled and tripled on just about every snap. But that was the first time since his rookie year of 2014 that he finished the season with less than 10 sacks.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for Darius Slayton. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote.
Today's
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.